Hey my friends, hello, my name is Kurt and welcome to the Vitruvian Live. Today is Thursday, January 31st. So that means the last day of January. It started getting cold here. We had a little bit of snow, but not a lot. We cannot complain if you see the weather in other parts of the world. Wow, things are just going nuts, right? Let's just take care of this planet. I really mean that, by the way. Let's take care of this planet. It's really necessary. Here in Belgium, there has been protests for the climate. So a protest against our government because they're not doing enough. Especially younger people go to school. They are weekly for now. They are going on the streets and trying to make their point that there has to change something, because it's a lot of discussing and a lot of pointing fingers, but nothing's happening, and things aren't looking good for our planet. This is where we live. This is where our children, our grandchildren will live, or hopefully will live. So come on, let's take care of this planet. Let's do something. Just small things can be enough. If everybody does a little bit, it can already help. But it's this small amount of people who has everything to say that is keeping us from keeping the world from being a place that stays good to live, sadly enough. So I'm going through Dixit Cards at this moment because a friend of mine, my best friend, he asked me if I could take some pictures of some Dixit cards that he could use for the something, I think at his school. He's a teacher, for the week of poetry, and the theme is freedom. So I am looking through 3 stacks of these cards. If you haven't never heard of Dixit, it's a game that uses these a little bit strange, psychedelic, but very beautiful cards. And well, you can interpret them in a lot of different ways. So I'm looking for cards that have a picture that might have something to do with freedom, which is an interesting exercise. And if I feel that I'm not good enough in doing this, I'll just take the game to him and he can pick the cards that he wants himself. There you go. So that's cool. Even if you never played it, by the way, this is a great. It's not. There's a discussion if this is a game or an activity. It is both a little bit. If you are with, let's say, at least 5 people, maybe 6, this game is. I can really say that you have to try this because it's very fun. You get to know people as well. It's a great way to get to learn how people think a little bit. So that's what I'm doing at this moment, trying to get through these cards. I know it's already Thursday, but I still wanted to talk very shortly about the movie we saw on Sunday. We went to the movies. It had been a while, and we went to see the Spiderman movie, how it's called, Into the Multiverse or Into the Spider-Verse movie. Now, sadly enough, it was the Dutch version, so it wasn't English spoken, which I normally prefer, but we didn't realize it when we booked our tickets. So it was a Dutch version, which was okay. The voice acting was perfectly fine, but I prefer my movies, animated or not, in English. Anyway, so we went to see that movie because it got a lot of buzz, a lot of love in the geek community, in the board game community. People who saw it and said it was the best Spider-Man movie they ever saw. So I was curious about it, and I must say they took some risks with this movie, or with this animated movie, because the style is special. It's a different style of it's not Disney style for sure. It's it had something to it, something new, and Also, it was quite an adult movie. Honestly, I saw some young children in the theater, and I don't think it was a movie for them. I think this is not a movie that's for all ages. It has some dark themes. People are dying in this movie, not a lot, but there are people dying. The bad guys, there are some creepy bad guys there as well. So I wasn't sure if it was for all. It was appropriate for everybody who was sitting in the theater. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. It was a great story. It was well made. Had some comedy or some humor to it as well, which is of course very fun. It was nice. It was good humor, good story. Of course, you can do some things that you cannot do if in a real movie with real actors. So that gave some opportunities, of course. But the idea, of course, also of, well, it's not a spoiler because it's called Spider-Verse, and I think the trailers already say it. There are Spider-Mans from different dimensions, and that idea might also be a little bit too difficult for younger children. But I really liked the movie. I was happy to have seen it, and I'm very curious if they're going to do more of these things. This is a nice step into the animated movie world. I was really happily surprised by it. Anyways, that's it for today. I'm going to keep looking for perfect cards for my friend, and I'm going to bid you adieu. But before I do that, tomorrow, Friday, I will put the first part of my top 100 online. I have been announcing it for a while now. I've edited 5 parts, so I'm going to put the first one online, and each couple of days there will be a new part. After the 5th part, so before I start my top 50, be sure to check out the channel again, because then I will upload the announcement of a contest that is connected to the top 100. So very important. I'm not going to spoil the prize yet, but this is, in my opinion, a pretty cool prize. Okay, folks, that's it. I wish you a very good evening or whatever, whenever you're watching this. I hope you have a great day, great time, and I hope to see you soon again. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.